Hello there, and we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Premiership preview show. Oxford United versus Arsenal Football Club. And of course, I'm joined here. See here, guys, yeah. It's just a regular down here now, a regular face, that, a couple of months ago, of course, it wasn't the case, but, he's a brother, and uh, he's a fight fan, big fight fan, and of course, he's an Arsenal fan at heart. See, yeah, guys, no other person than Ola of the Fight Week. Ola of the Fight Week, my brother and brother. Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
yeah, man, Tony, man, thank you for having me on the show. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, my brother.
Season's greetings to everybody out there. I know it's gone past New Year. We're a few days into the new year now, but it
Hmm.
still feels new, and I try to address people as such. So, pardon
Yeah.
me, but season's greetings to everybody out there, man. Hope everybody's well, and yeah,
Hmm.
we're kicking it in and going into the new year, almost feeling like it's a new season. And
Hmm.
Oxford is next on our list.
Bro, these guys are next, man. These guys are next. We're just hoping that, yeah, see, just take a look at what has been happening across the FA Cup. Just take a look. Man City steamrolling Chelsea 4 goals to nil at home at the Etihad today. I was on a okay, actually, because I know you're a big fight fan. I was with your very very good friend CFCOG. Me and him.
Oh
We
yeah,
have lots
Naz.
of
Big up to
partnership.
Naz, man. Naz, my brother, man.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know
man.
if you saw.
He holds me down, man.
He holds you down too. He's a great guy.
Yeah, man.
My very very close friend. I hope we had a watch along yesterday,
Yeah.
a
You,
boxing watch along, and
yeah. You
and
got
it
you
was a
got.
yeah, it was a big success. It would have been nice to have you there, man. But
Yeah, I was wrapped up, and this has been the theme since last year. Like just adding my
mm,
full time working with doing commitment stuff, content with football, commitment
yeah,
stuff with MMA
mm,
stuff, and
MMA
then find time to squeeze in boxing whenever I can.
whenever
And
you
still
can.
and still try and balance up my family life as well,
Your
because
family
they
lives,
need they
man.
need me here and there, and I can't
They need
say
you
no,
here and
because
there.
when I want to do shows like this, they're the ones that say yes, so I can have
That's
the
it.
peace and
Yes.
quiet to
Yeah.
be able to operate like I do. So
To
I
operate
try
like
to
you
put
do.
family, what I mean. I try to put
It's
it
family first. It's family first. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Even I think
we're
there
in
are
a
times
family
I've even
engagement
invited
yesterday.
you. There's times I've invited you to the show, and you tell me, "Hey, man, the missus."
You know what I mean?
I just hands up immediately. I said, "Ola, is
Trust me,
it, bro, you can go."
she's the boss, man. The wife is the
I'm telling
boss,
you, bro.
and
There's no
and
shame in that.
if she doesn't
Mm.
sanction any of my
Yeah,
stuff, it's not
bro,
happening.
it's
You know
not
what I
happening.
mean? So,
But yeah, there are two important things. This week, um, of course, I think it was the birthday of your very very close ally who
yeah,
died.
yeah.
So
Chig, Chig,
yeah,
Chig,
chick.
Chig,
So
Chig.
happy birthday to him,
Yeah,
of
man.
course, in the afterlife. But I'll just allow you to just talk a bit about him because, of course, I know he's someone
Uh,
very close to you, very important. So I give you that platform to just say a little bit about
thank you
him,
so
man.
much for doing this, man. Because this is something that's so close to my heart. The whole. I mean, Chig is a very very it's well known among the Arsenal circle, people, especially within content creators.
Mm,
I met Chig years and years back. Just doing online content, just the same way I've connected with you,
regular,
the same
yeah.
way I connected with Miss Mel.
Mm,
It's the same way.
same
And
thing.
you just grow together, and you become really really good pals. We talk all the
Mm,
time. The same way we both talk all the time,
yeah.
our friendship just became bigger, and we didn't just have the love of football. We
Mm,
had the love for combat sports as well. And
combat sports as well.
and that was the bit there. for Chig, and I see Tayyib saying in the comment there, referencing Claude as well, and big up
Good guy
Claude.
too. Big ups to
Yeah,
you
you
and
know,
Bagav and
yeah,
MEFC Global, Bagav, all of you. We love you guys. Yeah.
100%. And Chig was just one of those guys that was like larger than life. And I remember the day before the day before he died, we literally did a stream like this. Off air, we said, yeah, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a preview to Arsenal game the next day.
Yeah.
And we said, yeah, well, what are you thinking? What, around about 12:30? It's like, yeah, that's a good time. And bro, and I sat and I waited and I sat and I waited, and I'm thinking, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
This ain't like my brother, you know what I mean? Like, what's
Yeah.
and
Yeah. What's
then
going
next thing
on?
you know, I'm reaching out on his phone, couldn't get through, and then I got the news. I got the news via my good friend Lee Gunner, and some of his
Yeah.
family members did contact me as well to confirm it, and I was devastated.
You were
Devastated. I can't
devastated,
believe
man.
I can't believe he's been gone. Nearly, just over a year, and now we're talking
Yeah.
about his birthday.
Yeah.
And every now and again, I go back and I look at some of the videos that we did together, like I posted on my
Together.
Instagram where it all began. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just a larger than life guy, and I
Larger
miss
than
him
life. Yeah.
every day.
Every
Um,
single day. Yeah.
and but the people that it just goes to show the people that are left here on this earth with us,
Yeah.
just be right with them, just be
We're right
kind,
with them. Yeah. It
be a
shows.
good
We're just
human being.
human beings.
You don't have to be a jackass all the time to
All the time.
to people.
Yeah.
Just show some kindness to, and that's what I'm like. That's just me. That's my personality. Anyways,
Anyways.
some
Yeah.
people aren't like that, but I can't expect everybody to be the same way I am. But at least every now and again in your daily life, just try and be kind to somebody, because you never
Yeah.
know the next time they might not be here, and you're
They might
thinking,
not
oh
be
shit.
there. Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
take away from that situation, because he
From
did
that
not know he was
situation.
gonna go like that. I
Like
did not
that.
know. We planned the show for the next day, and
Jeez.
it was gone.
You
It was
he
gone in
was
his
just
sleep,
gone.
just like that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
gone in his
yeah.
sleep.
Wherever he is, big ups to him, and pray for him and pray for his family, his soul, and
Yeah, man.
this time, just I know it's a hard stuff for you to take, even at this time, because I knew how close you and that guy was. I've
Yeah.
watched a couple of shows you and him did together, and I know he's close. And of course, you're becoming family, on this my channel. So it's
Yeah.
just only good that I give you that opportunity to
No, I
just
really appreciate it,
speak
man.
about it here.
It
And
means a lot.
the second thing that happened this week also is something that I don't know many people in the league. Okay, it's been already people are already chiming into it.
Mm.
It's a big guy that we lost in
Yeah,
football
yeah.
this
100%.
week. I don't
Viali,
know. I go to all this Chelsea,
Viali, it's crazy.
bro. No one is doing
Absolutely crazy.
anything, bro. It's surprising, man.
And
I grew up watching this guy.
yeah, yeah,
Bro,
100%. And
total gentleman. What he brought to English football.
yeah.
Forget Chelsea Football Club. Forget
Not
all
just
this,
as for
hostilities.
football in
As a
itself.
football fan, Gianluca Vialli, one of the biggest players to ever grace the English league. And
Yeah, man.
one legacy he left was this player coach kind of agreement he had with Chelsea.
Uh-huh.
It's hard before you see that kind of player coach multitasking in the league these days. You
Yeah.
hardly find that. Anything that was closer to that was Lalana when they kind of made him a caretaker coach
Uh-huh.
for Brighton when they sacked. Maybe
Yeah,
no, when Porter left actually. So
yeah.
that's anything closer to it. But apart from that, man, class, humble guy. So a moment of silence for Chelsea legend, Premiership legend, Gianluca Vialli. Okay, Ola, we're back to
Yeah, man.
our normal proceedings. See, yeah,
Okay,
it's a big one.
let's talk about it, man. Let's
Bro,
talk
let's
about
talk
it.
about it, man. And I see you're already ready with that tog shirt, tog rose.
Yeah, that's
But
my girl, man. That's my
before
girl.
we even go into tog rose and all that stuff, yeah. See, yeah, we have Oxford United. We're facing them tomorrow Of course, see, this tie is very important because Manchester City have decimated Chelsea. You can see Newcastle, another big team, a genuine contender for this title, also for this FA Cup title. Not
Mhm.
because they have a history of winning it, but because of course, their position in the Premiership. So
Oh yes.
normally you should attach that same importance to the FA Cup. But we saw what
Hmm.
Sheffield Wednesday did to them, right? In it.
Yep.
So two big teams off the FA Cup. So of course Manchester City, Liverpool is still there. Of course they have to go back and play Wolves and run that game back again. And of course
Hmm.
Manchester United playing quite well. Oxford United, uh, see, they're 15th in League One. It's a non-league side actually, so they're 15th in League One. In out of 24 games, they've scored 29. Shipped in a load of 27 goals this season in a League One side. Man, that's much. Of course, 29 points this season
Yep.
in League One down there. 7 points off relegation because they're in 29th. Relegation points in League One is like I think 22 points. That's the fourth from the last position in League One right now. So they're just currently 7 points to relegation right now. They've had just one win in 5 games and two in 67 games. One of those wins was in the FA Cup round with Zeta, of course, where they won by 4 goals to 1 with their striker Taylor getting a goal down there. Of course, see, these guys are quite good when it comes to a home game. They can give you a good matchup when they're in Oxford down there. I think they have good juju at Oxford. But you know what, yeah, Ola? What do you think about this game? I've given you the background of Oxford United. What do you think is generally going to happen? And what's your take on this? What's the importance of this game to you? Monday.
Um, this game is a significant game because of the rich history that Arsenal
Mhm.
possesses in this competition.
Yeah,
Just for that alone in itself,
in itself.
um, it makes it a big deal for any Arsenal fan. Because if as an Arsenal fan, you'd know that we've won this tournament the most times,
The most times,
and
of
and
course.
our previous manager as is the only manager that's won it the most times individually by himself. He's won it 6 times,
Yeah,
and I
sure.
think we've won it 13 times now. So as a club, we've won it the most times. Our club is, we've also got the only manager in the league that's played and won it with the club that he played with
Who
as a
played
manager.
with?
Arteta's
Arteta.
won it. He lifted the cup as a player and he's lifted it as a manager. With the only club that's been able to do that.
Exactly. In
So
his
the
first
the
season of trying, right?
in his first season of Pride, so when it comes to the FA Cup, there's just something with Arsenal, that resonates with that
That
cup.
resonates
So
deep. Yeah, exactly.
and for me, that's why I love to take this competition seriously. However, there is a however.
Guys, here comes the big one.
We are in a season like no other. We're in a season where we've not smelt for nearly 20 years, where we truly have the chance to win the league. Now, when that situation arises like that, there is, and we know from the last time when we won the league, when we're in this sort of position, the landscape has changed a lot. Like there
It's
wasn't
changed a
even
lot.
there was nothing called VAR when we
True.
when we last won the league. I don't even
Exactly.
think I can't even remember what was back pass allowed. I think that rule might just come into play. Where the goalkeepers could don't they can't kick the ball out after a back pass. They can't catch the ball after a back pass. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
relatively new rule. Some of the new laws in offside didn't happen in
It didn't happen.
2003 when we last won the league. What I'm trying to say is a lot has changed
A
since the
lot has
last time we
changed.
won it. So now we got to move with the times. And
True.
I feel like at the moment, we still don't have the squad depth, and not just squad depth, because it's one thing having squad depth, but then you have to have squad depth quality. Like
Quality.
we've been seeing
Exactly.
Man City
Man
just
City. Exactly.
showing off embarrassment or riches. You know, when like to have people like Mahrez on the bench, Foden, you can just take off Grealish, and I mean it's ridiculous. Bring on
The
Gundogan.
luxury. The
They,
luxury.
it's crazy, and the quality of players that comes off the bench is the same quality as the players that's coming off. So whoever's coming on, it's just quality oozing everywhere. The only difference, maybe on the day when you won't get that kind of quality, is basically if that player isn't up for it. And under a manager like Pep, you're not going to find many players that's not up for it when it's go time. When it's go
When it's
time,
go time.
you better be fucking up for it, you know.
True.
And that's the only sort of compliment I can kind of pay to those guys in terms of where we need to be. Now we don't have the squad depth quality to run on all the fronts that we're running on, right? I wouldn't be upset if we came out of this competition, but not to a club like Oxford. I want it to,
Like
if we're
Oxford.
gonna go out, I want it to be a top
It's
team
a
that
non-league
does it.
side. Come on, man. It's a non-league
Exactly.
side.
You know,
We can't embarrass ourselves like that, innit?
Exactly that. You know, if we're gonna come out, which I really wouldn't be upset based on what we got going on in this season, but it's gotta be, say, like if we're going through, if Man City put us to the sword, then I'm not gonna cry. Bro, I wouldn't even lose no sleep over it because of what
Over
we
it,
got
right?
going on in the league and maybe even Europa League. Because if we come out of the FA Cup, for example, for example, if we did, that's one less game that we got to worry about going into Europa League, and maybe we can actually compete on both fronts of the actual trophies that we haven't seen in a long time. And European Cup, we ain't even won that since it became modernized into Champions League or Europa League. We've not even smelt any of that. So for me, you know what I mean, if I was to choose, that would probably be the way that, you know, that I'd like it to go. But we can't overlook Oxford, because in recent times we've been kind of losing these cup competitions to some DB
But
teams.
again, I have a problem with
We've
that,
been
right?
losing this cup
But
competition to
again,
some
if you're a
DB
big
teams, man.
team, like you just have to overlook it, right? Like you can't say Man City can't overlook Oxford, right?
Yeah, but it's still a football game. And I only say that because of the teams that we've lost to in these cup competitions recently. You know, getting knocked out by Championship side, League Two sides, League One sides, like Nottingham Forest before they came to the Premier League.
Disgraceful.
You know, this has happened time and time again over the last 2-3 years. Over the last 2-3 years, and it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. You know,
It
sometimes,
just lives it, right?
because if you're gonna, for me, and every time that we're in this competition, if we're gonna get knocked out, I want it to be at least a Premier League team, not just a Premier League team.
right?
If we draw a top 6 team, like teams that's in and around us, because even getting beat by bottom of the Premier League table is still embarrassing.
It's still embarrassing.
Yeah,
But again, Ola, talking about the draws today, a draw was made.
Yeah.
And do you know what? The winner of the Oxford match would face the winner of who won the Chelsea Man City match.
Which we already know the answer
bro,
to.
we already know the outcome. We're facing Man City. And you know what? Yeah. See, let me just take you away. Let me take you away. Now, see, yeah. Pep Guardiola just this past week, started his mind games in just game 16. He said that, he came out and he said that he thinks that Arsenal would get to 100 points if they keep going the way they're going.
You're just trying to put that pressure on us.
These guys, and I'm telling these guys who don't know the history of Premiership and seeing these legendary battles between Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson, these deep mind games being played. It doesn't have to be something negative. Actually, it could be something positive, but it has a pressurizing type of sting when it hits you. You
Yep,
just start
yep,
feeling the pressure. Your
yep.
players all of a sudden start feeling that heat sensation all round. They start feeling the pressure because they want to get the points. They want to, accelerate and get into a position where they can generally hurt their opposition. And again, Pep Guardiola starting this in just the 16th game in the Premier. Okay, 16th, 17th game in the Premiership. Eh, Do you think he's feeling the pressure?
Um, I, it's hard to say Pep feels any kind of pressure. One, because of the backing he has by the
Yeah.
Almonsors.
Mm.
He has that backing, and he knows he has that backing. He knows they love him. The
Yeah.
fans love him. His players, they idolize and fear him. When you idolize but fear at the same time, you almost run through a brick wall for
A
that
brick wall.
person. And
Definitely.
and that's what they have with Pep. Now,
Mm.
to say Pep's feeling pressure, I don't really want to say that, but I feel like Pep wants to put the pressure on us.
But he's human though. He's human though. He can feel pressure.
He
Can feel
he
pressure.
can, but he's very, very good at hiding it. And the money and
Exactly.
checkbook he has around him is a
Yeah.
very, very
And he
good
has all these
blanket.
reporters. He has English media in his pocket. Have you
Exactly.
seen how this
He's
guy
got a very
laughs
nice
with the
blanket
English
for
media? They're all around him, giving him kisses, holding him, hugging him, having chit chat. Bro, he has all these people in their pocket.
bro.
He has him in his
We
pocket.
could have been 10 points ahead of City if we beat Newcastle, right? Or 7 points or however much. And all these pundits will still say they're still the favorite to win it because
Of
Pep's
course.
he's done it time and time and time
He's
again.
done it time and time again.
He has that credit in the bank. Remember Arsenal fans, we talk about credit in the bank a lot. We
A
just
lot,
won
right?
FA Cup with Arteta. Now how much credit in the bank do you think Pep has?
Has. Exactly,
Right.
bro.
So when you think about it, when you
Mm,
just think of the scale of credit in the bank that Pep has, I don't think pressure is that guy does not feel pressure like that. He's got very, very good blanket for it. The media, the backing, the kind of squad he has, the checkbook
yeah.
that's available to him, and the
Available to him.
attractiveness of just coming to
Mm.
Man City whenever they approach any player out there. They
But
could
why
get any
make
player
but
they
why
really want to
but
get.
if you're not feeling the pressure, why make such statements? Why
It's
make
mind
such
games.
mind because exactly, but if again, if you resort to mind games,
Mm-hmm.
you're feeling the pressure, right?
Um, in a way,
At least there's a certain concern that a
yeah.
certain team is above you, right?
All right. I don't want to absolve him of like he don't feel pressure at all because he's still a football manager. But what I'm saying is he's level because everything has tiers and levels and grades, right? His
Obviously.
level and grade of pressure is nowhere near, say, what the Wolves manager or
Mm,
say even
mm,
Conte right now. Conte is
yeah.
sweating, bruv. You know what I mean?
Sweaty, man. Real good.
And that man's under pressure. That's
He's
the
under
man that's
pressure.
really under pressure, bro. You know what
Mm,
I'm trying to say? So
mm,
there's grades of pressure, and I just don't think Pep is under that type of pressure. And I just think with him, if
mm.
Arsenal's gonna win it, um if his student in Arteta is gonna win it, maybe he can teach him one or two lessons along the way. And Pep is thinking, I might as well have fun with it along the way. Let me throw something out there that will just put a little bit of pressure on him. Let's see how he handles that. You know what I mean? He's my student. Let me see if I brought him up well.
Let me see if I brought it up well. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, but for him to resort to things like that, man, I don't know. I don't want to say it's childish. You know, because of course you know him and Mikelarteta, they talk all the time. They will pick up the phone. They will say,
Yeah.
"Hi, what's up? What's up?" You know, and all that. Yeah, but you know, let's don't go above. Ahead of ourselves. You know, in this one, let's
Mm.
look straight into this Oxford match. Go into it and and try and get a result. But okay,
Yep.
good. Reinforcements haven't come yet. You know what? Yeah,
Very disappointed.
As bad as Chelsea is this season, yeah, that Bowley has actually opened the checkbook. Fofana
Yeah.
has come into the club. Fofana has come into the club from Molde. He's in the club right now. I saw him play today. See, he was the only
Chelsea's a
shining
bad
light in that.
example, though, man.
It's a bad example. No, I know, but this is where I'm going to.
Okay.
As bad as they are this season,
Mm.
they've brought in a Fofana
Mm.
the season. I saw him play today.
Yeah.
That kid is good. He's good. With
Yep.
a little bit more of a tweak, and if Grahamporter can be able to get his positioning right and can be able to set him up in a team that can actually feed him lots of passes, he could get something going for himself. Good and okay. Um, that's for Fana. They've already signed. They're in the midst of talking to Enzo Fernandez to come in. I think it's
Hmm.
in an advanced stage. Of course, that deal with Benfica. They've already signed a Benoit. A Benoit from Monaco. And that's a big one. It's a big guy. You know, he has the strength. Of course, when you've played in Ligue 1 and you've mastered the art of actually tackling these big strikers who are there, Nima, Messi, and the rest of them. You have some credit in the bank in a way. So, they've brought him into Chelsea Football Club. See, they've brought in people. Arsenal. This is going to the second week of January, and we've not signed anybody.
Mm.
And again, if you note, our second string side, I'm not so confident, Ola, leaving our second string side for this Oxford United. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not confident about it.
Okay. Big up Diego C. Palace. I see you in the house. Craig Molloy. I
Oh,
see you.
Diego, big ups
Jess
to Diego,
Collins.
man.
Salute to
Man,
you, Jess.
Diego,
Big
big ups to
Jess.
you.
Big love to you, my bro. And I
Yeah,
see Jess. He's,
Diego.
he's, he's just said in one, maybe in two comments
Jess
over
Collins,
there
big ups to Jess.
what we've been talking about. And he says, "Good evening, one and all. I love the FA Cup." And like I said earlier on, FA Cup resonates with every Arsenal fan. If
Every
FA
Arsenal
Cup
fan.
doesn't resonate with you as an Arsenal fan, I don't know where the fuck you've been. You know, FA
Hmm,
Cup resonates with every Arsenal fan. And like
yeah.
he just said again in his other comment, hope it's not an embarrassment like the last season, which also I mentioned earlier on. He's
Hmm.
left a bad taste in the mouth,
She left a
losing to
bad
these
taste in our
DBDB sort of
mouth.
clubs
Yeah,
when we
true.
should really be getting past them.
Of course, it's
I
no
don't
other
I
person
don't
than
mind,
Jess Collins. He knows more about these things, Someone that's been
that
supporting
that
Arsenal
we even
Football Club
remember.
since 1967. That's when
hundred
Jess
percent.
was supporting Arsenal. He knows more about these things.
100%,
That's
and
why
and
he
he's
knows
right.
more.
We,
He's right. He's right. He's right.
we
He
don't
leaves
we
a
don't we
bad
don't
taste
want
in your mouth.
we don't want to be embarrassed by these small teams, but we've been
These
there
small
before,
teams.
and that's the bad taste that is left in Collins' mouth. His bad taste is left in my mouth, your mouth. Every
Hmm.
Arsenal fan that lost
Every
out in
Arsenal
the
fan.
FA Cup, not
Hmm.
just if not even not. It's more of the way we even performed. Forget the scoreline. Forget we lost. That day we just did not turn up, and
We didn't
now
turn out. We
you
didn't
have
turn
that
up.
same fear in your heart, in your mind right now. You have that same fear
Of course,
going
of
through your mind,
course.
like this
Going
second
through your
string
mind,
team.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
even know how I'm gonna deal with this
But
second
again,
string.
are you confident in? And see, yeah, when you look, see on paper, yeah, you look at a guy like Lokonga, yeah, on paper. You
Mm,
look at a guy, Belgium international, young kid, you know. You look at a player like El Neni, lots of experience with Arsenal Football Club, gone on loan to Turkey, has wealth of experience playing with players like Mohamed Salah in that Egyptian team down there, with the Pharaohs. See, yeah, and of course, Fabio Vieira, he came in for a substantial amount, of money from
Yep.
Portugal. And
Yep.
he's an unused substitute in a game that Arsenal
That we
actually
need to
need
win.
goals. Good and okay. Let's just put that aside. But I've just listed some names for you, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going into a match against a non-league side, a League One side in England,
Mm.
who are 15th in the in League One. They've scored 29 goals. They can score goals actually, and they've shipped in 27 goals this season alone. 7 points from relegation waters, because relegation waters down there in League One is 22 points. So they're just 7 points, behind that relegation battle. But you know what? Yeah, and then you compare that second string side to players like Henry,
Mm.
Brannagan,
Mm.
Brown, Taylor, Jones. They have a very, very good striker called Taylor. He's been
Mm.
scoring goals here and there. They have Anderson also, who plays on the left hand side. They have, I think, Jones. Who plays on the left hand side too, and they also have Brown, who plays on the right hand side. They've gone 4-3-3 kind of formation usually. Of course, in the heart of their defense, they have Findlay. If I remember right, they also have Moore. Also, Brown also plays wing back for them. Also, but you know
Right.
what? These guys are just called. Yeah, if you compare them on paper, it's nothing to a Lokonga, right? It's nothing to a Fabio Vieira, right? It's nothing to a Mohamed Hauneni, right? It's not. It's supposed to be nothing to a Rob or certain guy called Rob Holding in our team, right? Still taking
Right.
checks and taking money from Arsenal Football Club, and it's just okay. So on paper, do you think that Arsenal can be able to put up their second string side and get a point from these guys? At least a 1-0 win. Are you confident about that, bro?
Before I answer that, big up to Miss Melina. I see you in the chat. Very, very good
Miss
friend of mine.
Melina,
Thank
and
you. Thank you so much, Miss
she's
Melina.
a bigger friend of mine.
Hope
She's
you
actually my
had a,
partner on my channel too. Yeah.
yeah,
Big
man.
ups to you, Miss Melina. You know we
Big up
love
to
you.
Miss Melina, man. Hope you had a good holidays. And the MUFC Global, I see you. Thank you
UFC
very much
Global.
for chiming in. Diego C. Palace. He also asked this question: City rested 2 key players tonight. Can Arteta rest 2 key players tomorrow? And when
Oh
you
my
look at the
God.
names that you've just listed there, right? When you look at the names you just listed there, Lokonga, Vieira, El Nene, Rob Holding, who else is French player? Well, even Smith Rowe at this point when he comes back is going to fall into the fringe player sort of category.
Category, yeah.
Even right now, Eddie is the only striker we got.
So technically, we might not even have a striker on tomorrow, bro.
He's a fringe striker and the main striker at this point.
Oh
That's
God,
just
man.
Eddie. Just take it. Yeah, we don't even argue with you. Right now,
Bro,
that's your role.
jeez.
Marquinhos, right? We got Marquinhos.
But again,
So
do
when
you
you
even
look at
have the
all these
confidence
players,
that McQuinness will come in tomorrow? I'm
but
not even
when
sure.
this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I mentioned to you earlier on. It's one thing having squad depth, but then you have to go one better and start making squad depth quality.
Quality.
That's where that's where we need to get to. Squad depth quality. Squad depth is all right because you just got players that's just there.
That's
And
just there, right?
maybe on occasion, sometimes they'll win, sometimes they won't. But when you have squad depth quality, you then know that most of the time, when you're resting your first 11, your squad depth quality can pick up the
Yeah.
slack,
Then
right?
pick
And
up
even
the
if you sprinkle a little bit of first team players with this thing, with the fringe players, but because of the quality of the fringe players, it makes the gap. The gap in quality is so close.
It's so
It's not.
close.
You
Shout
know,
out Ores
it's not
Football,
night
Ores
and day.
Football, and everyone,
Big up
Miss
Orange
Melina,
Football.
everyone in the chat. Big ups
You
to you
know,
guys, yeah.
it's not night and day. It's so close. It's so minute, and
Yeah.
a lot of the times, it works itself out. Once they feel themselves through the game and start switching the gears through the game, you can just see the way that they operate, and that's what we need to get to now. Liverpool kind of has that. Chelsea used to have that. I remember, Chelsea used to have that. They had that in abundance.
You have that in
Where they
right?
just take, remove. I remember that season where they bought Shevchenko and Balak. They didn't even need to buy those guys. They didn't even need to buy those guys. And they went and bought Shevchenko and Balak just because they can, to make squad depth quality. And
but again, you see, Ola, this is what I don't understand here. If you have a transfer plan, because this is the only place I'm overly critical with our football club,
yeah,
it's these areas of transfers. It beats me. Like I beat
you're
up
not
myself
the only one.
because of bro.
We've all been suffering it for years.
We have been talking about the importance of players coming in and helping this title charge. I expect Arsenal, a big club like our club, Arsenal Football Club, we should be, in the forefront of. See, if Chelsea Football Club is in the position they're in right now, and they've brought in 3 players in this transfer window in the space of 8 days, by the start of January, Arsenal Football Club should be bringing 5.
I wouldn't even say they should be bringing 5.
Because we're going for the title.
I wouldn't even say they should be bringing 5. I would say at least bring in the one guy that's been twerking for you the whole fucking window. You can't even do that. You can't even do that. Bring in the one guy that says, listen, I want to come to Arsenal. I categorically want to go to Arsenal. Right now, I'm watching Arsenal games. My agent, I've told them I want to go to Arsenal. Arsenal, give me your Arsenal. I'm going to sign it.
And they're allowing Chelsea creep into the running to get this guy. Chelsea have started throwing money at this guy to confuse him. And now he's a young guy. And today we say, "Oh my God, I'm Chelsea." It's Arsenal. It's Arsenal.
It's. I mean, when you see Mudryk say to his club, like, why are you evaluating me at 80 million, 90 million when I only cost 40 million? This is a guy that's doing everything to leave the club without putting in a transfer request. This is what he's doing, right? But at this rate, he's looking like maybe that's, if he really wants that move to happen, maybe that's what he's gonna end up needing to do. But for me, I just think it's a place of deficiency that we've been very, very deficient over the years, and it's not just in terms of bringing in players; it's also in terms of selling players. We never sell players for good money. We always lose on every player sale that we make.
Cedric Sower should have left this club already.
Because
at the start of January,
because we hold on to players for too long, where that market value just drops.
Drops off
to next to nothing. So we've been suffering for that for too long. And you know what? I'm not gonna beat up Arteta and Edu too much, because when I look at the recruitment and the people that they've eventually gotten out of the club, although I wanted it at a faster pace, but when you look at the overall work that they've done, because they've had some hit and miss in terms of signing as well.
Definitely.
William comes to mind. If you want to look at it, they've had some hit and miss, but at the same time, for the most part, they've been really, really good with recruitment, bringing in players with with good quality at a very, very affordable price. So in terms of building up assets and players that we can sell for big money down the line, they're already doing well there. But what we then need to do is start showing the world that we're a big football club, and to show the world that we're a big football club, we have to act like a big football club. Sometimes you have to go and slap another club in the face and say, shut your mouth when I say I want your player. When I say I want your player, I want your player.
Ola, I'm very surprised that Arsenal haven't even finished up that deal with JoaoFelix. Just today, Diego Simeone told the board, the Atletico Madrid board, get this guy off this team.
He don't want him in the team. He don't want him at the club.
What is this guy still doing here? Physically, he's told the board, Atletico Madrid board, What is JoaoFelix still doing here? I want him out of this football club ASAP. That's what he said to the board.
Mm.
So why hasn't Arsenal? I've heard we're negotiating. Are we haggling with the prices? What are we
Yeah,
doing?
from what I'm getting from the rumors, I'm not in the know. I'm not no ITK, so please take everything I'm about to say
With a pinch of
with
salt.
even if it's smaller than a pinch, please. Yeah, don't do
Salt
salt
Bay.
bay on me. You know what I mean? Please, yeah, a tiny pinch.
Ola is
All right.
going Salt Bay on all y'all, man. It's going Salt Bay
So
on all
please,
y'all, guys.
don't take what I'm about to say seriously in any way, shape, or form.
Don't take it,
I'm just
brothers. Don't take it,
regurgitating
man.
what I've heard. Now, from what I've heard, it
Mm.
seems like Atletico Madrid wants too much. Diego Simeone wants the guy gone. We're interested,
ASAP.
but they don't know if Diego Simeone is still going to be there come end of the season because of how the season is going, right?
Mm.
So they want to kind of eat their cake and have it, like get a big price for JoaoFelix's loan
Mm.
and see if Diego Simeone is still going to be there at the end of the season. Because if Diego Simeone is not going to be there, they want JoaoFelix back. They want him back at the club. They don't just want to get rid of him because one manager says he don't want him. Because the next manager that comes, they paid a lot of money for JoaoFelix. Let's not forget.
Yeah, they
You
did.
know, it's a
They
big,
did.
big investment for them.
It's a big
So,
investment, yeah.
so it's not a player that they're just gonna sweep under the carpet just because Diego Simeone don't want him. Now, if Diego Simeone is still there and it looks like he could be there, then maybe they can do some kind of deal where Arsenal can buy, do a deal like obligation to buy. But
Obligation to
the
buy.
reason for
But
me, from what
we need that we need that clause in it, right?
we're going to need that clause. But for me, I think the whole hold up is more on Atletico Madrid's club itself rather than Arsenal or Diego Simeone, because it's very clear we want the player. It's very clear Diego wants him gone. The player wants to come to the Premier League. The only people that are dragging their feet about this whole thing, I feel, is Atletico Madrid as a club themselves. So until they get them, you know, they work out exactly what it is they want, how they want to go about it, how they want to structure it. Until all of those is ironed out, I don't
Yeah.
think we're going to get well with JoaoFelix.
Just look at this comment from Craig AFC.
Mm.
It's a simple sentence here.
Yeah.
Man City squad is ridiculous.
It's absolutely
Their squad
ridiculous.
depth is
Every time
it's
they make a
out
sub,
of this
I keep
world.
saying to my wife, every time they make a sub, I say to my wife, it's unfair.
It's out of this
I say it's
world.
unfair. That's the word that comes out of my mouth every time they make a sub. It's unfair. It's unfair to have
bro.
these players on your bench to bring on after you've battered another team for the last 60 minutes. Now you're going to bring this guy on? Like, this
The
is not
luxury,
fair.
the
How is
luxury
this
these
fair?
guys have, the luxury, and even look at Alvarez. Look at Alvarez. He's
Oh my
scoring
God.
goals.
Oh
He's
my
scoring
God.
goals,
You
and
know, he's
even
not even
at
played.
three exactly, and then at 3-0, I was seeing Haaland, and Pep is so cocky with everything, you know. At 3-0, Haaland was sent to warm up.
Yeah.
At
I
3-0. That just
mean,
shows you the army these guys have, and you know, and it just hurts me to see that Arsenal right now don't have that luxury. But you know what? Yeah, I'm thinking that Emil Smith Rowe might be coming in tomorrow. I think that it's a time for him to come in and come on and blend with the team again. And uh, again, I don't. Again, you made a statement formally before. You said that he might not be amongst the big hitters immediately when he comes in. Of course, that's the expectation people will have of him. But again, mind you, is a youth, but is a more experienced youth. It's
of
not like all this type of youth that hasn't really gotten enough experience.
course.
Emmitt Smith Rowe, he's got lots of experience
It's
right now and as a youngster. So I think
100%.
he'll shrug all those things off. He'll bounce back. And again, the way he plays naturally is this speedy kind of racy guy. Has a very very good footballing sense and good skill sets when playing football. So I think he
Yeah.
would bounce back. What do you think?
Yeah, for me, I always kind of factor in, you know, recovery time, getting match sharp. You got to get your match fitness. So, like, training fitness is one thing. Match
Yeah,
fitness is something
another
else.
thing.
Then match sharpness, again, something else. So all of these things probably take a couple of match days, like 2 match days,
Couple of match
back to
days,
back.
right?
If you
Yeah,
can get a couple of match days in, get that under your belt,
true.
then you start to, you start to feel good. You start to shake off the rust. You start to
Shake
become
up the
sharp.
rust a bit.
All your instincts start to vibe with the rest of the team.
The rest of
But
the team.
yeah, so I think he's going to need a couple match days. So people, please, whatever you see tomorrow with Smith Rowe, if he does play, don't expect him to, to go and do Gabriel Martinelli for sort of levels. He's just coming back. Let's give him some time.
Let's give him some time, guys.
Let's give him some time to shake off to shake off the rustness that comes
Yeah,
with not playing football for
not playing
such a
football
long
for a long
time,
while.
like
Okay,
the now.
but do you think there's any reasons why Arsenal should be putting in first team players tomorrow, fielding in first team players tomorrow?
I,
Of course, look at Man City. Mahrez played today. For me, I take Mahrez as a first team player. Of course, Phil Foden was there. He played down there too, and they had a couple of players. Here and there that are part of their first team. Come on tonight. So, do you think Arsenal should mix it up a little bit? Don't
um
underrate these guys too much, and just
I
put in
wouldn't I
a
wouldn't say
sizable squad down there and
I wouldn't
squad
say
of
I wouldn't say
quality.
underrate them. I wouldn't say like underestimate them in any way. But I think the strong first team players, I think we should have on the bench just in case. I think Arteta, because we are going to start building back towards Europa League come end of February.
Come end of
Towards
February.
so we need all these little competitions to try and just give game time to players that wouldn't otherwise play in the first team, because we have a standard set first 11 that plays in the Premier League. I think everybody can name an Arsenal 11 every single week,
Everyone.
by injury where you have to bring in somebody or whatever else. Everybody
Yeah.
kind of knows what our first 11 is.
Yeah.
But for me, when the first team players, I think we should have them on the bench as backup, just in case we need them.
Just in case.
I think our French players should be able to get us through this tie, especially when
Yeah, they should.
especially when we got North London Derby on the horizon.
On the horizon. Exactly.
And we're playing away this time. We
Even
know what it's like playing
Ola,
on their ground.
do you even know do you know my biggest fear is if we field any of our players, any of our first team players, yeah, and they go get a yellow card and then automatically they miss the match and they're not London Derby. We have five players.
There's a lot to think about. There's a lot to
Lot to
think about.
think about.
There's
So
a lot to think
I don't
about.
know. If you don't add those players, it looks like you're underestimating these guys. If you add them, there's a genuine concern
It's
that
a genuine risk. It's a genuine
these
risk.
guys could just go and blow it up. And in that not London Derby, we need our Ivan Dragos,
Yep.
out there to
We need
help us get the results.
100%.
With
We need our Ivan Dragos.
we
We need our Rockies. We need
our
our
Rockies.
Apollos. We need them all.
We need them all, bro. See, Ola, of course, we're coming to the penultimate time. Of course, so we'll have to round off. Of course, the show. Usually, I just want to keep it short when it's with you. I always love keeping it short and sweet. So, see, let's go into our team sheet, or predictions for the X side tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, how do you think our team will look like? Let's start from the goalkeeper.
Hold on.
I think
Just mentioned here, any player who gets a yellow tomorrow will not miss the North London Derby because the separate tournament.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Because it doesn't count. Yeah. That's
Hold
true.
on.
That's true.
Don't yellow cards affect domestic.
No.
Anything that's
It's
domestic tournament.
cancelled. They've cancelled
Oh,
that
they've
now.
cancelled it. They've changed it.
Yeah. Because this the FA Cup, yeah.
Mm,
Uh, if those players kind of like got maybe a yellow card in our last game,
yeah.
this FA Cup wouldn't have been counted as a game that should kind of
Oh,
like clean up everything. Yeah. So I understand where Jess is coming, and
these
that's
guys, they just
true.
changed the rules. All it's
They
only
bet
last week or
they
2 weeks
yeah.
ago that I
Yeah,
found out
it's
that you
true.
can't say man of the match no more.
It's true.
It's
It's
player
true.
of the month. It's player
It's
of
play
the
of the month.
month. Like, what's going on? They're just changing all of this, bro.
They're
I
changing
can't keep up
everything,
with
man.
football sometimes, man. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
bro, bro. They're
It's
changing
crazy.
everything.
It's
They're
crazy.
changing everything. Thanks, Jess Collins, of course. Jess Collins, my very, very big friend, of course, Arsenal fan, joined. Of course, he's been talking about Arsenal for a long time. Of course, he has his own show. Go there and show him some love and subscribe to his channel, Jess Collins channel. He's been an Arsenal fan since 1967. That's a big one, you know. And of
It's a
course, I
long
have
time,
Miss
man.
Melina, my big friend, my partner here. Go join the channel, Miss Melina also. And of course, the Fight Week channel. Guys, what are you doing? Go join that channel. Of course, he will shout out his channel later on. See, Ola, what will be our starting excite tomorrow? Starting
I
from the
think
goalkeeper. What do you
I
think?
think we're gonna have Turner in goal tomorrow.
Turner. He has to turn up, right?
Yeah, I had some fears, but I kind of like what I saw. What what from what he did in the World Cup, it kind of alleviated
Mm,
some of the fears that I had for him. But I would
mm,
personally, I would still like a better number 2 than him, because
yeah.
I know for a fact if I asked you right now if something happened to Ramsdale
Mm,
till the rest of the season, are you
yeah.
confident with Turner? I know your
I'm
answer is
not.
a
I'm not.
big capital no. You know, as
No, it's
nice
a
as
no.
you want to be to Turner, you can't trust him
You
to
can't
carry
trust
us
him
to the end of
too.
the season. It's just the
That's true.
bottom line. But right
That's
now,
true.
it's all we got apart from maybe Runnerson.
Mm.
We don't want
Oh
Runnerson
my
around
God.
here.
Are we still calling that name? Oh,
You
Jesus
know,
Christ,
he's still a
please.
player, like
God,
it or not.
please,
You know,
no.
he's still a
God,
player. He's
please,
still
no.
a player.
Oh, no.
But
Oh,
we have
no.
Turner in goal. I
Mm.
would say Cedric, left back, um,
Hmm.
Rob Holding and Gabriel
Hmm.
in the center back position. I'll put
Yeah.
Tomiyasu on the right because Tomiyasu
Hmm.
hasn't had a lot of game time, so I'll put him on the right. Rest Ben White. Then in the
How about
middle,
Tenny? How about Tenny?
that's why I said Cedric, but Tierney can be on the bench in case
In
Cedric starts to
case.
look one way.
Okay.
So that's why I said
Okay.
we have to have our strong players on the
Mm. Mm.
bench.
Yeah.
I will then go Lokonga and El Nene in the
In
middle
the
of the park.
midfield, right? In the middle of the
Yeah, the
park.
holding two.
Yeah.
So I'm going 4-2-3-1. And
Okay.
on the right, I will play Marquinhos.
McInnes.
I'll play
Hmm.
Marquinhos. Next to him will be Vieira. On the
Hmm.
left, I'll play Smith Rowe. And up front, I'll play Eddie Nketia. That's what my team would look
But
like
but
tomorrow.
but should Eddie Nketia be playing in this
It's
game?
the only. What choice do we have?
Should Eddie Nketia be playing in this game?
It's the only striker at
Because
the club.
we've not done business. We've not done business to bring in a
Yeah.
striker, and then we are actually putting our only striker that we have in harm's way against Oxford United, who don't care. You know what? Yeah, you know what, Ola?
Mm,
The most dangerous people I fear,
mm.
yeah, are people that
Don't
don't
care.
have anything,
They got nothing to lose.
bro. Guys,
I know how. I know what you're saying,
see,
man. I know
bro,
what you're saying.
I
But at
don't
the
I
same
don't
time,
fear I don't fear the big people. I don't fear the bourgeoisies. I don't fear the
at the
rich
same
guys.
time,
It's that guy that doesn't have anything to lose that I'm more
can
afraid
I
of.
say to you that at the same time,
Yeah.
3 months ago before the World Cup,
Mm.
if anybody had been sat there telling you that you would be caring about Eddie Ketia getting injured, you'd have told
Oh
them to
my
go away.
God.
Now
I'm
look at you.
beginning.
Now look at
Look
you.
at me now. Look at
You
me
care
now.
about Eddie getting injured.
I care about that guy now, man.
This is football, bro. This is football.
Bro, man.
Yeah, that's where
Jesus
we
Christ.
are.
Guys, please, if anyone is here, please just write it on the comment section. Do you think Eddie Nketia, our only striker in the football club right now, should he be playing in the match against Oxford United? Ola can't just wait to have a good laugh. Ola,
Oh my
Ola,
god.
I know you'll be laughing at us that we're like, kind of like a little bit positive about the whole thing. You'll just be having a good laugh right now,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, if you don't laugh, you cry, bro. Like this is what Arsenal does to you. Uh,
exactly, man.
Arsenal Football Club.
Please,
I
God,
mean, this is what we
please,
do.
guys, everyone in the chat, write it down there. Do you think we should be risking Eddie Nketia in the striker's position for tomorrow's game? I don't. But if you ask me, why not do a? See, I heard Fabio Vieira can actually play as a false nine.
Is that what we result into now? I mean, big up Southern Gunner. Shout out to you, Southern Gunner.
Oh,
If somebody,
Southern Gunner, my brother
he's
from America. He's been
he's
on the
just
show.
said,
I love Southern Gunner. Southern
he's
Gunner,
just
big
said,
up to you, man. Love you, man.
he's
Yeah,
just said somebody will be
yeah,
looking to
great
make a
guy.
name for themselves at the expense of Nketia, bro.
Can you imagine? See, anyone who has not subscribed to the Southern Gunners channel is a big friend of our channel. Is a big friend of ours. I love the guy, great guy. I don't know if you've had a
Oh
few,
yeah.
talk with the Southern Gunner.
We fuck with
Classy
Southern
human
Gunner, man.
being.
We
I like
yeah,
this.
man. We
Pure,
fuck
he's
with
a
him heavy.
lovely human being. Yeah, exactly. He talks Arsenal in a very, very lovely way. Not intended to hurt anyone, but just in a classy way that you could have a very, very informed discussion with him. About Arsenal and our football club. He graced the show down here the other day, and he came down here. But hopefully, I need to bring him to the show maybe next week or this coming week. As time permits with him, because he's a very busy guy. Go subscribe to his channel, The Southern Gunner. He's American, lovely human being. His name is also Matt. Lovely human being, lovely guy. Yeah. Ola, you were saying something, man.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, big up to you, Southern Gunner. He said, somebody's going to be looking to make, a name for themselves at the expense of Eddie Nketia, and this is the predicament that we're in, where we now have one striker to go into this game with. When the window was
My
open,
God.
when the window was open on the 1st of January, I said this on the Gunner show. I said the only way that I would know that these owners are serious, I want to see. You see, when 1st of January lands, after we say Happy New Year's, I want to see a yellow banner. I want to see a yellow banner saying Arsenal they signed somebody, and I haven't seen one yet. We are the what?
Shocking.
We're going into the 8th day.
Bro,
Right?
we're going to the 9th day, man.
We're
Tomorrow
going
is
into the
9th of
9th day.
January.
Tomorrow is 9th. So today is the 8th. We're going into the 9th day. And
It's
we
shocking,
still
my
haven't
brother.
seen the club agree a deal with anyone. We still haven't seen the club, bring in any player. And right now,
And the main guy was supposed to bring, we're haggling with the price. We're haggling with the price.
so
Think of the whole thing.
this
You know,
is the situation that we're in right now.
genuinely hurts. It genuinely hurts. It genuinely hurts. So I don't know. Arsenal Football Club, if you're here in Edu, wherever you are, please help us get a striker. I'm not comfortable. Uh,
I
I
mean,
like Eddie Nketia as a person and as a guy, but as our main striker, come on, guys, we can do better. Of course, I know he scored 2 goals. Of course, and of course, in that match against West Ham and Brighton, he scored goals. But as you can clearly see, it's not enough. We need one more striker to come in and help us in. Right now, we're in a title charge. We need this. We need this. Okay, Ola. Um, okay, Ola, just give us an answer to this before we try and round up this show. Do you think, personally that we should be putting Eddie Nketia in that match tomorrow?
we
Should he
have to.
start in?
We have to, because it's a game that we need to win. First of all, we need to win that game. I cannot take losing another
Sure.
football match, another cup match to a team that ain't even in the Premier League. I'm tired of it. Like, we've done that like 3 seasons, bro. Like, I'm tired, man. I got scars.
Bro,
It
the
hurts.
scars, man.
It hurts. It
It
hurts.
hurt.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm an Arsenal fan. I love my club. I
Yeah,
go to the games that I can get to, and like this competition, this tournament, the FA Cup,
yeah.
it's one of my favorite ones. You know, and it just hurts the way we've treated it over the last few seasons, and
Over the
I think
last few
we
seasons
got to get better at treating it with, you know, with the respect that that it deserves.
that it
And
deserves.
you know, the FA
Yeah.
Cup is is the oldest English tournament.
It's the oldest cup game in the world,
It's the
actually.
oldest cup game. Like
In
we
the
need to
world,
treat it with the
yeah.
respect that it deserves.
With the
And
respect, yeah.
yeah, I will play Eddie tomorrow. We should be
You
playing
played
Eddie
it
because
tomorrow.
we need to win it.
Yeah, for me, I can't even utter anything. I'm just disgusted with that thinking alone because I don't think we should be sacrificing our main striker right now in this type of game against Oxford. You know, McKinnon should be drafted into that area. We don't need to risk any of these players right now. Okay, good and okay. Jess Collins says here, look,
Tony
just
is
look at what
scared of
Jess,
losing Eddie. I did not
bro.
think I'll
No,
see the day. I did not think I'll see the day. Jesus.
bro, I'm telling you, man. If that guy goes missing, and then we're done. We're done. That's just, bro. We're done. Done.
Oh God.
Okay, look at what Jess Collins says here. Oxford United's Kassam Stadium only has a capacity of 12,500 and a crap pitch, and we're worried about them. Genuinely, right now, we're
Yeah.
worried. Yeah,
Crap
that's
pitch
how
can
bad
injure
it is.
players. Crap pitch can
But
injure players, man.
anyway, I'll still say there's little positives out there. Arsenal, you know, are top of the league. You know, in that one, I give mikelarteta his flowers on that one, and I do think that he can scrape a win. You know, on with this one. But let's just see. What's your prediction before we leave this stream today, Ola? What do you think? Your predictions for the match tomorrow?
Before I give you my prediction, I just want to address this comment really quickly from the
From
assembled. Thank you
okay,
very much, the assembled, for this comment. He says, if we win tomorrow, we'll have City next, and if we lose to City in the league and the cup, do you think Arsenal are mentally tough enough to come back from that?
wow. I'll leave you to answer that one. Doesn't concern me.
Based on what I've seen this season, I would say yes. Based on what I've seen this season, and I'll tell you why. The way that we've handled adversity in games, because look, I watch football all the time. You know, with my good friends, I watch fighting all the time, and sometimes the times that you go, it's the times that you're defined by
Yeah.
what you are. It's not when things are going well. It's when
Yeah.
things aren't going well and how you handle those situations. And
Yeah.
I think we've been put in some pretty big scenarios and predicaments during games this season.
This
And I think
season.
we've come out of it relatively well. In games that are like previous seasons, we would have folded like a pack of cards. But
A pack
we
of
stood up
cards,
to
yeah.
it. We always
Mostly in that game against
when we've
Newcastle anyway. That game
exactly.
with
And
Newcastle,
sometimes
yeah.
when we've gone to go down, boom, we retaliate really, really quickly, and we're back in the game. You know, the way that we're coming back into the games is so much quicker, and the way we deal with adversity is been so much better as well. But it's like MUFC Global said, it's a tough question. But based on what I've seen this season, you know, I'd say yes. I think if City is probably the only team we can't beat, just because we can't beat them, don't mean we can't win the league if we don't beat them. It's like Leicester. If you remember the season, Leicester won the league. Arsenal was the only team that beat Leicester home and away, but it didn't stop Leicester from going to win the league.
Yeah.
Did it stop them? They just beat everybody else when
Everybody
they could.
else. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
losing to City is not the be all and end all to what we're trying to achieve this season. And I think the mental state that Arsenal and the players are in this season and the way they're motoring, I like where they're going. And I think if they carry on that trajectory, and we it's imperative imperative that we add signings this month.
Good.
Absolutely imperative.
I'll take
And
you
if
to
we
what the
do that,
Southern Gunner have said here. Our big friend Matt. Look at what he said. He said, in all seriousness, we need whoever. Right now, he's not saying we need JoaoFelix. He says whoever.
yeah,
See, it means a lot. That's why
we,
I like that. Whoever you
anyone.
think, anyone, because it's January 8th. It's like deja vu all over again. And see, yeah, he says, in all seriousness, we need whoever we are getting in by no later than Thursday evening. This feet dragging is scandalous.
Chelsea, I
Scandalous.
just see Naz, Naz, man, you can't be disrespecting our cup like that, man. Every time we go to Wembley with you, man, we show you what's up, bro. You know what I mean? Naz, come on, fam. Every time we go
That's
to
in the
Wembley, man. You know what I mean?
building.
Every time we go to Wembley,
The
man, we
FA
deal with
Cup.
you, man, bro.
You can
You know
have
what I mean?
it.
I know you're feeling it right now, man. You know what I mean? I know you're hurting, man. You're hurting. You're
We
hurting.
heard.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna
Ola,
allow you in.
ladies and
You're hurting,
gentlemen,
bro.
Ola robs the wounds with lots of salt on the show today.
No, Naz is my boy, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Naz is
yeah,
my boy,
yeah.
man.
Great guy. Yeah, of course. I wouldn't have been a little bit where I am right now without the help of CFCOG. It's been tremendous to me in my channel. It's been a good partner too. Mind you, I had a boxing show with him yesterday. Ola, please, before we go into a little bit of what you thought about that boxing match yesterday, what's your prediction for the Arsenal match against Oxford tomorrow?
Prediction, I would go 2-0. The last time
2-0.
the Arsenal drew Oxford in the FA Cup, we won 2-0 and we went on to win the league as well. 2003.
Yeah,
So
yeah, sure.
I will go 2-0.
You go
Hopefully
2
maybe
0,
history
right?
repeats itself. It's what
Yeah,
I'm hoping
yeah,
for here.
yeah. Yeah, I'll be conservative with you because again, see, yeah, whenever I see, to be very sincere with you, I see, for you to even say 2-0, bro, that's a lot of chest. Whenever I see Rob Holding in the heart of my defense, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because that guy should not be there. A guy who has no ambition, a guy who doesn't like, he wants to just sit at Arsenal Football Club. He doesn't want. See, he's ready to just sit and get
Bro,
money. I'm not okay with that.
bro,
He's not competitive enough.
we had
I
Jenkinson,
don't think,
remember?
bro, I'm not confident with that guy in the heart of my defense. I am totally not. So I think we'll concede tomorrow. We will concede tomorrow.
You think we'll concede?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
going
If Rob
2-1.
Holding plays, we're conceding tomorrow. Just take it from me,
So
bro.
you're going 2-1.
Just take it from me. He's in no shape. And again, he's not playing games. He's not playing games. So he doesn't have match fitness and all that. So imagine
Yeah.
someone who doesn't already know how
I
to
get your
play
point.
and it doesn't have match fitness. Bro, that's a recipe for disaster. It's gonna blow. It's gonna blow up the place. So, of course, I see us winning. We might make it a 2-1 or a 3-1. I
I get
sincerely
your
you're
point.
seeing getting 3-1 tomorrow. Yeah. So, yeah. So, guys, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. But Ola, I'll just allow you to just rub a little bit of salt on the backs of Chelsea Football Club, the backs of Liverpool, and Newcastle, and just tell them I told you so. Because when I asked you about Newcastle this season, you were saying, you know what, Anthony. I'm a bit, and you know what? Sheffield Wednesday, put them to the sword yesterday. Ola, please gloat to these people and tell them how you
I
said I
mean,
told you so.
I'm
Gloat,
not what
just gloat.
I'm not one to gloat, but I told you so. Tony made me do it. Tony made me do it. He made me do it.
Guys, we've come to the end of the show. But yeah, and Diego C. Palace, thanks for coming to the show. Jez, thanks for coming to the show. Southern Gunner, thanks for coming to the show. You know I love you, brother. And of course, Anthony Herbert, someone who is very instrumental to me and my growth too. Anthony Herbert, big up to you. He says here, of course, he's a member of this channel, so I have to read his comment. He says, big up Tony, looking forward for this game. Eddie will get a hat trick in this game. I have faith in him. just in this game, laughing out loud. Anthony Herbert rubbing the salt where he hits hard. For Arsenal fans, big ups to you, everyone. Miss Melina, my partner, also Miss Melina, big ups to you. You'll be starting work tomorrow. Big ups to you, and be safe. Of course, at your work tomorrow. Everyone who's joined us, MUFC Global. I'm partnering with MUFC Global for some quiz show to kind of like create a little bit of engagement. So we'll be giving away 3 jerseys to our people in Africa, and we'll be giving about I think maybe 3 or 4 gift cards of any brand of what 10 euros each, or 10 pounds each, to anyone who gets our questions. So just
can
keep
we
that in
send some
mind.
Can we send some to Eddie tomorrow so he can top up his phone?
So he can top up his phone, because
if he doesn't top up that
we
phone,
need that.
we'll be in trouble, bro.
Exactly. So we'll
Let's
be
send
giving
some to
3
Eddie,
for
please. Send some credit
exactly.
to Eddie. Yeah.
So we'll be giving the fans, 3 jerseys. They have a chance of winning it. Just answer some questions and make sure you're a subscribed member, of the channel, and and then you can get into that. And of course, Ola, if you want £10, can just get in, can get in there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Ola, please, just before we go, finally, I had a watch along with CFCOG yesterday, and it was the boxing match, of course, between Gervonta Davis and Hector Luis Garcia. Garcia, he had a very, very good matchup yesterday. That guy could literally punch. If you go to the highlights and check it out, he's a good puncher. Dominican Republic, Olympian, undefeated fighter, 16-0. 10 by knockout. He's a real stray kid. He was the WBA up until yesterday. He was a WBA junior champion of the world. This guy can legitly punch. He gave Gervonta yesterday a good fight, although there was this rebuttal, sweet rebuttal, left hook, right hook from Gervonta Davis yesterday that left him blind momentarily in the right eye yesterday. And when he went to his corner, he couldn't see with the right eye. He couldn't recognize where he was. It was just, exactly. So it was just totally off. What do you think about Gervonta Davis? And do you think right now with this win, it makes him the best pound for pound fighter in that 130 134 weight class?
Gervonta Davis is a fighter that I respect a lot. Is a fighter that I like. I like his style. I like how we operate in the ring. And when the chips are down, remember when I said to you that it's not when things are going good for you, it's how you react to adversity when things are going bad for you. And when he starts to see what Hector started bringing to the table, what Garcia started bringing to the table, and the way Garcia was, trading in there with him and getting in the pocket, because Garcia is one fighter that loves to fight in the pocket. It was literally standing there in the pocket and trade with you.
Trade with you.
And when you're in that sort of adversity, you got to have that bit of reserve, of backup plan, that mindset that this is it now. I've got to now empty the clip on this one.
Empty the clip, empty the tank,
and let the chips fall where they may. And that's what Gervonta did, and he paid off. We've seen it happen with Kell Brook, with orbital eye socket. Is a really, really bad situation.
It's a bad situation.
It happened to Danny Dubois.
In
one of the fights that he had.
Yeah.
So we know,
and for me, it derailed his career also.
Yeah,
it derailed his career.
We know how tough he is to come back from that kind of injury.
From that kind of injury.
I do like Hector Garcia a lot, but for me,
is Gervonta Davis the best pound for pound pounder in that 134 weight class?
Taking that resume away from Garcia and beating Garcia the way he did, I think that cements Gervonta Davis as
Yeah.
that pound for pound
Yeah, yeah.
number one in the division.
The last prediction, he's fighting, of course, another 134 pounder, of course, in the weight class division, Ryan Garcia. That matchup is for April. It's going to be fireworks all round. I'm thinking it's going to
Another
be in
tough
Las
fighter.
Vegas. It's a very, very big one. And of course, it's at Showtime. And mind you,
Yeah.
all these fighters, like, for instance, Andrade, Demetrius
Yeah.
Andrade, have already moved up to Showtime. So now all those boxing politics has now been broken up. Now most of these guys now are now coming to big time Showtime. They have contracts with DAZN and others. So all those politics in boxing is now being broken up, and fighters who literally want to fight, other
And just get
fighters
fight
can
and fight.
just get out here and fight. Because want to see a good boxing match. So of course, in that what's your prediction for that match against Javante Davis and of course Ryan Garcia in April?
I see nothing else other than a Davis win. I can't see it. I just think he's got styles for that matches everyone. If you want to fight in the pocket, we can. If you want to fight from the outside, I can find you. If you want me to walk you down, I will. Like Javante Davis is the full package.
This is the
When
full
it comes to
package, bro.
when it comes to like styles, fighting styles in the ring. He has
Power
it all.
punch, yeah,
He has it all.
overhead, left, right,
He has it all.
hooks.
He
He has it
just
all.
has it all. And there's not many talented fighter in his era that can do all of the things that he can do. And
That he
and
can
and
do.
that's what makes him really, really special. And
Do you
yeah.
respect Ryan Garcia in any way, or
Oh
do you think he
yes.
has a
Oh yes.
glass jaw? Do you
Oh
think he
yes.
has a glass jaw? He was
A
dropped
lot of
by
people a
Campbell.
lot of people say that, but the people that say these things have never been in the ring before. They've never been in a sparring session before. I'm one of these
Yeah.
guys that I respect fighters of any kind. Fighters of any kind, I respect them. So using the glass jaw kind of scenario for me,
It
again,
doesn't
it
check
does
out.
it doesn't work for me, because I talk to these guys all the time, and
Yeah.
I know exactly what they go through, their
Yeah.
routine and stuff like that. Like people can say, oh yeah, it's got a glass job, but you didn't know what weight cut it went through. All you
Yeah.
see is the finished product, but
It's the
what
finished
happened
product. Yeah.
during camp, people don't get to see that. I
You
get
don't
to
get
see
to
the
see that.
inside of that, and I appreciate that side of things. For them, being in the ring is the easiest part of the job. The hardest part is going through fight camp, cutting weight, and making it into the ring without injury. And a lot of these fighters carry injuries into the ring anyways before they even start fighting, and they don't tell you because they don't want to disclose their injuries to their opponents.
Their injuries to their opponents, and
Exactly. So
they want
people
a
don't
good
know.
camp actually.
People don't know what these guys are really going through, and then when you go and speak to them after the fight, they then tell you, "Oh yeah, I had a MCL that I was dealing with. I had to fight 25 minutes with a torn ACL, but I couldn't tell nobody because
No one.
and they'll prove it to you with their medical
They'll
records,
prove
the
it.
dates on time. So I don't like calling people glass jaws and all this other sort of
Glass
stuff
jars and all
because
that.
I
See, yeah,
respect the fight.
CFCOG, you're in the chat. See, we need to
He
get
knows.
hold of Ola and talk boxing, guys. I'm itching to talk boxing with this
Yeah, he
dude,
said
man.
yes, fight
Bring
talk,
in
man.
Diego
Like,
C. Palace, bring in all these guys. There's an Australian guy who's
yeah,
on your show. We need to talk boxing together, man. See, yeah, big ups
yeah, man.
everyone who joined us
We're
for the
gonna make
show
it happen.
today. We're
We're gonna
gonna
make
make
it
it.
happen.
We need to come together, my brother. See, yeah, big ups to everyone who joined us on the show today. Everyone in the charts, and of course, Ola, please round up the show for us, my brother.
Yeah, please go check us out on the Fight Week show. You type in the Fight Week show on YouTube. It'll pop up. You can't miss us. We've brought in big guests like John Anik, John Gooden, Adrian Yenes, Dricus Duplessis that fought Darren Till. I mean, the list goes on and on. We bring professional fighters to our watch along. Nas can attest that is always on there with us, because when I do watch along for pay-per-views, I like to have professional fighters that can kind of tell us some of the things that us armchair fans that's never been in sparring sessions and all this other stuff, they can tell us how that feels. They can tell us what sequence we're looking at. They can tell us so many different things and educate us on what we're watching. Because sometimes when you think you see something, you might not really know exactly what you're watching. But these guys can tell you what made it get there, how you get out of it, what you do to counter it, or how can you apply it if you're the one dishing out the punishment? So there's so many variables that these guys walk us through. So yeah, come and check us out on the on the Fight Week show, man. We're going to try and do a big thing in 2023, and we can only do it with your help. We can only do it with your support. So people, jump on board. Don't jump on board when we're already a million subscribers. Come and help
subscribers.
now is when we need you, man. Now is when we want you. You know what I mean?
Now is the time,
Don't find us
guys.
when we're famous. Yeah, come jump on the on the train right now. Now is when we need you.
Guys, you've heard it. You've heard it here, yeah. Of course, a lot of the Fight channel comes here at least most weeks to come chop it up with me. See, go to his channel, go subscribe to that channel. It has a very lovely chat, lovely platform. I'm still wondering why is it, at that point right now. See, yeah, that channel needs to be higher than where it is right now. Mostly with the people he brings in, the fight talk, it's done professionally. He needs to get more and more done down there. So please go and support my brother Ola of the Fight Week, guys. Big ups, Ola, and thank you, and have a nice week. And hopefully within the week I would like to bring you in again, and let's see how we can chop it up
Try and
again.
work something out, man. Don't worry, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure,
Try and
man.
work
Big
something
ups
out.
to you, man. Yeah,
No worries, my brother.
yeah, guys. Take care, guys. Big ups.
Thank you for having me.